Greetings, internet world. My name is Jesse Jardine, and this is...
I'm fucking DM Shred, or...
Yeah.
I'm
Completely
Sasha.
real names. You can use that, doesn't matter.
I'm DM Shred.
DM Shred.
Fucking
Inverted cross.
Gnarler.
So we're kind of doing an off-the-collar fucking thing. We're going to talk about...
What we know, or claim to know, which is metal.
Well, yeah.
Or what it means to us, and it's all subjective, so fuck you and...
Yeah, if you don't agree with
whatever.
us, you're stupid.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about both our favorite bands.
Morbid Angel.
Morbid Angel.
Yeah, so the very first time I heard Morbid Angel, I got Altars of Madness. I was just over 19. It was just way more evil than anything I was listening to at the time. And even the use of synths in like Chapel of Ghouls and shit like that, it was very tasteful. It wasn't forced. Like the keyboards weren't through the roof like a lot of black metal.
Like for me, I got into it, Blessed. We got that on tape.
Yeah.
Because me and my buddies were all into tapes. So I remember I put that in and like Fall from Grace just right off the bat. Because there's that minute and a half of like... garbled shit that they like to do, but just the production.
Which is wicked though, like the feedback and the whammy.
Just the atmosphere it gives. You're just like waiting for that drop, like... Like the production on those drums on that album, it's just like really raw. Exactly what I was looking for. Mixed with the imagery on the album cover and then reading what they were talking about, like the actual lyrics on the inside. Then I turned it over and read all the stuff about Final Fantasy and Castlevania and all that shit, and I was like, oh shit, because I'm a big gamer too, so found that pretty cool. So me and Morbid Angel became friends very quickly.
Friends, we held hands.
Yeah. Oh man, me and Trey, I guarantee it'd just be like fucking, man, what do you think is the best RPG? Blah, blah, blah. I guarantee.
I think if he found out you didn't like Sailor Moon, you guys might not be friends.
I never said I didn't like Sailor Moon, I just never really watched that shit much.
I like any girls that dress like that, but Sailor Moon, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, with Morbid Angel, I was gonna go to Blessed, but I went into Scrape when Dennis was working there. This is before I knew Dennis.
Dennis, what up?
So I heard Blessed and Domination last, which is weird.
It's funny because you always talk about Domination. I always talk about how much I fucking hate Domination.
We'll get to that later. We'll have a whole segment. We should go order of albums. So Blessed I heard last. I really like it. Once again with Altars, the productions, the perfect blend of being dirty and not overproduced, but yet coherent.
I've heard people complain that it's like too chaotic, like thrash beaty, too, which is understandable.
Well, the funny thing with Altars is when Altars came out is that they played in Sweden in '89, and within a week or two, second wave Norway broke out, like a lot of the church burnings and stuff like that. So Morbid was doing what a lot of those yet to be known second wave Norway bands were kind of trying to do with being blasphemous and truly anti-Christian live and also through the recordings. So those few performances in Sweden, a lot of those Norway guys made over to those shows. Altars was kind of like breaking boundaries for speed, and Blessed was a big letdown for critics because it was slower. It was kind of the first slow Morbid Angel swamp riffs are in that. So yeah, you like Blessed more than me, but I think it's more because of how we got into which album early on.
I just like the overall production and evilness the most on it.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of like that Hell Awaits album, where I always think that will always be the best album by Slayer.
Yeah,
is Hell
that's
Awaits,
true.
just because it was the most evil, and I think that was like pretty much the birthplace of like modern or old school death metal.
And where Altars was like chaotic, Blessed was more refined, and it still had that energy, but they really were making it almost sophisticated where Thy Kingdom Come and shit like
it's just
that.
back to front creepy too.
Yeah, it's creepy, but you'd have the samples, and I think a lot of critics didn't like the fact that they had like the flute playing and they had the acoustic guitar. Oh, I know, me too. I love the dynamics.
Because a lot of that stuff is like very close to Castlevania or like Final Fantasy music, right?
Yeah.
You can definitely hear it in those fucking samples.
And that's where gamer influence on metal's good. So from Blessed, we're moving to Covenant. Your take on Covenant, first time you heard it, or...
Actually, now that we're coming back to that, if I had to get someone who never heard Morbid Angel into Morbid Angel, I'd give them Covenant.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think Blessed is just like a more evil, dark album.
Covenant is the perfect
Covenant is when
album, probably.
I feel like the hits kind of came out. You know what I mean?
The singles.
So yeah. Like Rapture and like...
God of Emptiness.
God of Emptiness is just like one of the most amazing death metal songs ever written. You know, and like the music videos they did for those two songs,
They're
put them on
proper production.
Yeah, apparently they actually shot those like in Rome. So might have to look at
as Blessed was to Altars, Covenant was to Blessed, but then like even an extra level. Covenant, songwriting wise, every song is its own song completely. Like, you do have thrashy riffs here and there. It's the first use of 7-string guitars as well. You know, God of Emptiness, World of Shit. They're evolving, trailblazing, still having that signature blistering fast riffs. Rapture is the blueprint of blasting drums. It's all about really perverse, like scaring the listener. It can kind of make you just a strong individualistic thinker, because when you realize that I am reborn, like look at Rapture.
In Rapture, I'm reborn.
It's kind of like evil as fuck, but it's also about individuality. And to me, it's not even satanic to me, because I'm not like a Satanist in the sense of like, oh, you know, evil.
Not what I heard.
Crazy shit. But
fuck, I can't even remember the exact quote now, but it was
listen
like,
to Morbid Angel.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much whatever band that you like the most, you're wrong. Morbid Angel's better.
I saw a buddy with a shirt that says your favorite band sucks.
Yeah.
And he like walked
But
around.
unless he's talking about Morbid
them.
Angel, because then we gotta fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other bands as good as Morbid Angel for you? Top of your head?
As good as, probably, it's pretty close with Nile for me, I would say.
Suffocation for me.
Because
A couple
like, I feel
Megadeth
like
albums, Rest in Peace, Peace Cells are right there.
I'm surprised that you're like really big into Megadeth, but you've never heard like the first album much, or
Yeah, I
like,
didn't-
So Far So Good.
No, it's like how I skipped Blessed for Morbid Angel. I skipped the first album of Megadeth.
That's fucked.
Well, I
It's all
mean,
like the
you listen to Peace
Fucking
Cells.
Nutso riffs, where he's like fucking foam at the mouth. He's like, hey, James Hetfield.
James Hetfield.
He's just like.
I think it was Lars. He probably hated Lars.
He probably
more.
hated all of them. He's just like,
Of course.
He probably hated James the most because him and James were probably like fucking tight.
Drinking buddies that fought.
Well, apparently him and Lars fucking met first because he like answered one of his ads. He was like looking.
We
for
all
someone
know
who-
the story.
Looking for
Melky
someone who
boy.
likes Bungie or whatever. Or what was that fucking band?
Budgie.
Budgie, yeah.
Red
band, open up the
mind of the maniac, I to lose it.
But yeah, bottom line of the story.